2018 Vauxhall Adam Rocks Review. The good points of Vauxhall Adam Rocks: striking looks, personalization packs, fabric roof option. The bad points of Vauxhall Adam Rocks: noisy when roof open, lacks driving fun, small boot. If you fancy an original city car that has a raft of personalization options plus the chunkiness associated with an SUV, next the Vauxhall Adam Rocks could possibly be the car you're trying to find. Quite obviously, in accordance with the regular Vauxhall Adam hatchback, the Rocks' ride height continues to be increased by about 15 mm, in addition to on the S version, whilst the bodywork's been beefed track of contrasting plastic protective classing about the wheel arches and bumpers. Unsurprisingly, there's no four-wheel drive option, along with the furthest an Adam Rocks probably will venture off-road is onto a gravel driveway. As well as continuing to rival chic, plus more expensive, three-doors such as DS3, Fiat 500 and Mini hatch, the Vauxhall's available because Adam Rocks Air, complete that has a fabric sunroof, and arguably rivals the DS3 Cabrio, Fiat 500C and Mini convertible, too. But that is a stretch, admittedly. Simplified Adam Rocks lineup. Unlike the bizarre trim levels placed on the Adam hatchback range, the Rocks versions certainly are a much simpler affair. Entry-level spec is Rocks, that offers a similar volume of kit towards the more conventional Adam Slam. Choose the Rocks Air, and also the difference is just that folding fabric sunroof. Unlike the DS3 Cabrio and Fiat 500C, the information panel is fixed to the top in the roof, having a conventional tailgate behind it. Its rivals in addition have a folding rear screen which has a less practical boot lid below. Topping the product range is the sportier Rocks S, that features a ride height much more regular Adams. It rather begs the question why? But perhaps Vauxhall needs to be applauded for offering a real diverse selection of personalization. Small petrol engines. Largely mirroring the engine of the regular hatchback, the Adam Rocks lineup of powerplants is petrol only, but none one's options is particularly efficient. There are two non-turbo engines, the 1.2i and 1.4i, but it's the forced induction motors that best combine performance and low running costs. The pick may be the 1.0-litre turbo, a three-cylinder unit producing 115 horsepower, yet it's the least polluting in the product range at 112 grams/km of CO2. Unique for the racier Adam Rocks S would be the 1.4i turbo mustering 150 horsepower. It's got a reliable turn of pace, having a 0 to 62 miles per hour duration of 8.5 seconds. Nonetheless, its handling doesn't sparkle within the same way as, say, a Ford Fiesta Street, tailored designs. Just much like the Adam, there's plenty of chance bias to personalize their Rocks. As standard, the Vauxhall features LED daytime running lights, a built-in rear spoiler, silver skid plates, as well as a chrome exhaust finisher. To help buyers customize their car, Vauxhall is providing new paint colors exclusive to your Adam Rocks, including a vibrant yellow goldbusters hue. As you move, the roof comes in a choice of 3 colors, including traditional black alongside 2 shades of brown. There are 2 interior trim color schemes exclusive to your Rocks, while using main instrument cluster, seat, door, along with trim elements in both black or caramel. Vauxhall Adam Rocks model history. September 2014, SUV-inspired body addenda and raised ride height for that Adam Rocks, with all the Air version, that includes electrically operated fabric sunroof, launched first. Engines are typically petrol, 1.2-litre 16 VVVT, 70 horsepower, a single 4-litre version from the same unit, 87 horsepower, and also a 3-cylinder 1.0-litre direct injection turbo with 115 horsepower. December 2014, standard Adam Rocks that has a solid roof introduced through an identical powertrain range. Titles in the 4-cylinder engines simplified to at least 1.2i and 1.4i. July 2015, simplified engine term for 1.0-litre turbo. October 2015 to 1.4-litre 87 horsepower engine discontinued on rocks, remains on rocks Air. December 2015, upgraded IntelliLink R4.0 Infotainment System and also the OnStar Virtual Concierge service fitted as standard. February 2016, sporty S model introduced with all the same 150 horsepower 1.4-litre turbo engine because the regular Adam S, sticking with the same visual enhancements. Specification includes the Air's fabric roof. Range expanded further together with the introduction of unlimited specification whereby any interior trim, exterior color, wheel design and extra cost options combination might be ordered. All in the rocks engines can be purchased except the 1.4i 100 horsepower and 1.4i turbo. October 2016, limited edition Adam Self 1.2i 70 horsepower version with the rocks available. White MiFi bodywork, red and roll roof and grille bar, finished tough with monochrome 17-inch alloy wheels. Watch the whole Vauxhall Adam rocks review whether there's a superb city car hiding under the many niche market paraphernalia. No diesels for your Adam rocks. 3-cylinder 1.0-litre the pick with the range. Performance similar to regular Adam. Forget the Vauxhall Adam rocks off-roading looks, it's to start with a city car, so an array of small, petrol-only engines seems eminently sensible. Just a pity not all of those feel preloaded with zippiness. Quartet of petrol power plants. Entry point for that Adam rocks range would be the 1.2i. It only produces 70 horsepower and 115 Nm of torque from 4,000 revolutions per minute, so you'll have to work the notchy 5-speed gearbox a great deal in order to gain, after which maintain momentum. Its 14.9 second 0 to 62 miles per hour time may be the slowest on the lineup, while its 103 miles per hour top speed would be the lowest here, too. Next up could be the slightly larger 1.4i version with the same engine, that has a modest surge in power and torque to 87 horsepower and 130 Nm at 4,000 revolutions per minute, respectively. As a consequence, it's a little easier to reside in with, posting a highly regarded speed of 109 miles per hour plus a 0 to 62 miles per hour duration of 12.5 seconds. Our pick will be the peppy 3-cylinder 1.0i turbo producing 115 horsepower and 170 Nm of torque from 1,800 revolutions per minute, so that it is much more pleasurable to drive because the performance is very simple to access. Not that it's sports vehicle sprightly. The 0 to 62 miles per hour sprint takes 9.9 seconds while its top speed is 121 miles per hour. Speediest from the rocks range would be the S, which has a 1.4i turbo motor producing 150 horsepower and 220 Nm of torque. It's much more of a warm hatch than the usual hot one, having an 8.5 second 0 to 62 miles per hour time plus a 130 miles per hour top speed. A 6-speed manual gearbox is standard on both turbocharged engines. Urban driving possible with light steering. Little joy that can be had driving it elsewhere. S version also is affected with a harsh ride quality. With its light steering and compact dimensions, the Vauxhall Adam rocks is best suited to city driving. Head out a long and winding B road and you'll probably be disappointed from the vagueness of their handling. When you're within urban environs, you are able to lighten the steering further. That has a city button about the dashboard that activates extra assistance, making parking maneuvers easier still. The primary bad thing is that there's precious little feeling with the steering in any respect, meaning keener drivers aren't likely to enjoy the rocks experience much. Still, there's little lean inside the body if you do press on along windier areas of road, and also the 15mm ride height increase that most models barring the S employed isn't worse than the handling compared which has a regular Adam. Pick that sportier rocks as having its sports suspension and 18-inch alloy wheels, and there's a harmful effect around the ride quality that raises the harshness considerably. Good quality interior plastics. Feels durable, sensible storage facilities. Employ caution using the personalization options. Overall, the within inside the Vauxhall Adam rocks is excellent. The types of materials feel durable and also good quality, and it's a comprehensive, comfortable and pleasant destination for a spend a trip in, providing you with our inside the front seats. There is an abundance of easy-to-use kit about the Adam rocks. The IntelliLink infotainment system especially is simple to navigate around and control, so we found the entertainment features, cruise control and air conditioning all very easy to operate. Despite the compact dimensions, the leading seats are big and comfy too, and also the numerous practical storage options around the car make it very easy to store and have absolutely easy access to every one of your personal items while around the move. Like a normal Adam, there's a selection of personalization options to really have the rocks your, although we'd advise caution with some from the gaudier color schemes. Perhaps you might struggle to sell it around the used market. Front seats are reasonably comfortable. Those from the back have much to complain about. Harsher suspension settings with the Rocks S. Stick to your front seats inside the Vauxhall Adam rocks, and comfort levels are decent, using a reasonable number of room available to loosen up on long journeys. If you're relegated for the rear bench, space is under ideal, and, if those inside front are 6 feet tall or older, actually with all the pair of back seats could prove impossible. Save for that non-turbo engines requiring you to be revved hard, there's little external noise entering the cabin should you have a conventional solid-roofed model, but go for that Rocks Air, and there's a significant dint caused from the air rushing throughout the front deflector. Turbulence can be created inside back seat if the canvas is fully retracted. Rocks and Rocks Air models will be the more comfortably riding in the product range thanks for the 15mm elevation in suspension height and softer suspension arrangement. The S, full of wider diameter 18-inch wheels, is significantly harsher. 4 trim levels concentrating on the same levels of specification. Choose the Unlimited for high amounts of customization. Personalization range is vast, but go there cautiously. Choose Vauxhall City Car Come Tiny Crossover for an array of 4 trim levels: Rocks, Rocks Air, Unlimited and S. Standard Vauxhall Adam rocks equipment. Although rocks would be the entry point to the number, it's not basic, instead being similar to Slam inside the more conventional Adam hatchback range. The exterior is hallmarked by anthracite wheel edge extensions and bumper extensions, which has a 15mm ride height increase over ordinary Adams. There's a contrast color roof and door mirror caps, chrome exterior detailing about the windows, darkened privacy glass from the rear, 17-inch Swiss blade alloy wheels and LEDs with the day running lights and tail lamps. Once inside, you'll soon see the IntelliLink Infotainment System, OnStar Virtual Concierge Service, aircon, DAB radio complemented by Bluetooth and USB connectivity, cruise control, as well as a leather-covered tire with audio controls. Progress for the Rocks Air, as well as the only difference may be the electrically operated fabric sunroof. Unlimited may be the one to go with if you're seeking an Adam virtually clear of constraints in relation to mixing and matching color and trim combinations. Specification-wise, it's very similar to your Rocks while using addition of the chrome exhaust pipe trim. Topping kids is the Sporty S, filled with stiffened suspension, 18-inch Y-spoke alloys finished in black, and red brake calipers visible in it. It also benefits from the information sunroof fitted towards the air. Optional Vauxhall Adam rocks accessories. Similar towards the more conventional Vauxhall Adam, there really are a lot of options available inside the rocks, many of which are inexpensive. Many from the personalization options mirror those for that regular Adam, including enlightening color combinations, alloy wheel designs, headliners, besides the Air and S, and decal packages. 4-star rating from EuroNCAP. Various safety items normally related to larger cars. No 4-wheel drive notwithstanding appearances. EuroNCAP won't specifically crash test the Vauxhall Adam rocks to make sure that its safety rating, instead it'll have the normal hatchback's 4-star score put on it. A number of 6 airbags has come about as standard, whilst the head restraints are height adjustable, plus the seatbelts are fitted having a pretensionist system, which tightens the seatbelts throughout the early stages of the frontal collision. Electronic stability control is standard. 2. It reduces the potential of losing control on the car. Hill start assist can also be standard. That is helpful if you're driving far from traffic lights with an incline. For people with young families, in addition, there are 2 ISOFIX seats inside the rear, although access is tough given the cramped nature on the car within the back, together with it being 3 doors only. One key aspect to recollect, despite its off-roader looks, the Adam ROX is front-wheel drive only. Roomy up front, but rear seats are tight. It retains tailgate flexibility. Only a whole lot space might be liberated from your body as compact as that with the Vauxhall Adam ROX, meaning practicality isn't a solid point. If you're one from the front seat occupants, you'll be better off as it's decently roomy with lots of space for assorted items to be saved. What lets the Adam down would be the cramped 2-seater rear bench. If those from the front seats are tall, a corner pair become virtually useless, with negligible legroom. Headroom scarce, too. It's not every bad, though. The electric folding canvas roof for the ROX Air could be opened in only 7 seconds and may be opened or closed approximately speeds in excess on the motorway legal limit, so you're unlikely to obtain soaked with a surprise shower. Boot space is tight with just 170 litres available using the rear seats in position, although again individuals go with the ROX Air. Unlike its rival proper convertibles, you will still get a more practical full-height tailgate instead of your frustratingly small boot lid.